Greetings, everybody. Today is May 18th, 2018, the 138th day of the year, leaving 227 days on the calendar. Last night we got news that Gina Haspel was confirmed as the first ever female director of the Central Intelligence Agency. And like all government appointments, this happened by the numbers. Now, if you happen to be new to this work, I teach the language of gematria, which is the ancient practice of coding numbers into words. It's a very simple practice. All you do is number the alphabet 1 through 26 relative to each letter's position. You can also reverse the alphabetic order. Z is 1, Y is 2, through A is 26. Both methods can then be reduced down to a single digit using the basic rules of numerology. And when you start typing out names of people and organizations, you start finding some very, very odd synchronicities between them. So first of all, let's just enter her full name, Gina Sherry Haspel, as is listed here on her Wikipedia page. Using the alphabetic order, this name sums to 135. And now she's the director of the Central Intelligence Agency. In the reverse reduction method, this sums to 135. Now notice how in standard reduction, Central Intelligence Agency has a value of 117. 117 is the reverse gematria of the number 13 when you spell it out, 117. And this is special because CIA equals 13, alphabetic order and reduction, 13. Now, in something called Jewish gematria, which this cipher here is pretty significant, you can also drop this to an ordinal base, so it's numbered 1 through 27, which is a lesser cipher, but still important. And we saw how her name has that 135 in the alphabetic order. Well, using the Jewish order, her name sums to 130, and in numerology, the zeros are ignored, so this reflects a 13. A lot like CIA, summing to 13. And it's not just her name that's coded for this role, also her birthplace is relevant. She was born in Ashland, Kentucky. Ashland sums to 130 in the reverse order, and Ashland, Kentucky sums to 169 in the alphabetic order, and 169 is 13 times 13. So this woman, numerically perfect for the role. And we'll talk about even more. First of all, her birthday. If you measure from her birthday on October 1st, 1956, check out that she's got 13 birth numerology, 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 5 plus 6. And the date that she was born leaves 91 days in the year. And 91 is another number that's related to 13. It's the 13th triangular number. Think about how there's 91 days even in 13 weeks. So just more 13s to throw at you. We're also going to talk about 33, because when it comes to gematria, there's two ciphers that take capital letters into account. And this would be Francis Bacon, where we add a 26 for each capital letter, the alphabet numbered 1 through 52. And another alternate method called Frank Baconus, where the capital letters and small letters alternate. And the capital G, which is in the middle of the Freemasonic emblem, it's Freemasonry that gives us our news, that runs our federal government in Washington, D.C. The capital G sums to 33 and 13, using these two methods. So we talked about the 13, let's talk about the 33. Well, the 33rd prime number, as I'll show you, is 137. And this is a special number to the government. Government equals 137 in the reverse alphabetic order. The word government comes from Latin gubernare. Gubernare means to control. And then ment means of the mind. So mind control sums to 137 using the alphabetic order. And this government is based in Washington, D.C. Using the alphabetic order, this sums to 137. So how appropriate was it that on the date that she was confirmed as the director of the CIA, May 17th is the 137th day of the year? But that's not all. Gina Haspel was born on October 1st, meaning that if you measure from the date of her confirmation to the date of her next birthday, you find it's exactly 137 days. The headline that CNN gave us, controversial nominee Gina Haspel confirmed as first female CIA director. Check this out. In the reverse alphabetic order, we get 1037, a lot like 137, the 33rd prime number. And then just to top it off, as more icing here, May 17th, 2018 has a life lesson number of 33. Again, the 33rd prime number, 137. CNN also gave us more to work with. They told us that Gina Haspel has worked at the CIA for 33 years. How convenient. This video on CNN.com is 52 seconds. See how it's 52 seconds? It's really small. You can't really see it, but you can check my blog out at gematrinator.com/blog. So the word government in the reduction method sums to 52. And notice how it also sums to 47. That's the same as Gina Haspel, 47, 52 in the reverse method. She's from Ashland, Kentucky, which also equals 52. If you're wondering what's so special about 52, this is also the number of the Kabbalah. And again, it's this Kabbalist code of letters and numbers that comes from the Bible that Freemasonry uses to script out your news. Now, in Gematria, there's one number that both 13 and 33 share in Gematria. So in squares, 13 equals 1515. In English extended Gematria, which is a lot closer to the ancient Hebrew, Greek, and isopsephy, or Gematria and isopsephy charts, this based on the current alphabetic order. Well, in this method, 33 equals 1515. And Gina Haspel, before taking her role as the director, she was the deputy director of the Central Intelligence Agency. And that role went from February 2nd, 2017 to May 17th, 2018. And for starters, February 2nd, 2017, that was the 33rd day of the year. Well, if you measure from that date to the date that she became deputy director, you find it was exactly 15 months and 15 days. Again, measuring from the date that she became deputy director to the date that she became director. This vote in her favor in the Senate was 54 to 45. "54" in Gematria sums to 54 and 45, and so does the number 45, 54 and 45. So, you know, this Kabbalistic code of letters and numbers, a lot to do with geometry. Gematria is geometry within the language, and a good proof of this is the word geometry, which sums to 108 ordinal and 108 reverse. The plural of gematria, gematrio, sums to 108 also. But yeah, this means that there were 99 votes because John McCain is sick. And when you spell out the number 13, like CIA, right? 13 equals 99. And then the last thing I'll point out about this is the date numerology of her confirmation. It had full numerology of 60. 5 plus 17 plus 20 plus 18 equals 60. Gina Haspel in extended gematria sums to 281, which is the 60th prime number. So this date was perfect for her, probably since like the time around she was born. They knew that this was going to happen. This is how the federal government operates. And remember, this is all after we saw a new president of the NRA take office last week. NRA equals 33 in the alphabetic order. And the number 33, when spelled out in all four base methods, matches the names of its new president, Oliver North. 156, 66, 141, and 60. It's all the same. Now, the only number that's not the same is 895. But measuring from Oliver North's birthday to the date that he took office as president of the NRA, so October 7th, 1943, to the day that he was hired, let's see, I think that was 5/7 earlier this year. It was exactly 895 months old. So this is what your government is doing, operating by the numbers, by this code of letters and numbers, ancient numerology. This is what we're seeing, truth seekers. Got a lot of people popping in the chat here. So Zenith was dropping some great knowledge bombs last night on the live stream, by the way. He points out here that when it's 15:15 on a clock, both hands are pointing at the number 3, which is true. That's very interesting. So it's like a connection between time and 33 on the clock. Very interesting stuff. And Desi also mentioned, too, which I forgot, Gina Haspel, born on the first day of October. October, summing to 33 in reduction. So, interesting stuff. Seeing as we got these people popped in the chat here, let's quickly touch on this story about, where are we here? I had another blog post this morning about the shooting that occurred overnight at the Trump Golf Resort in Miami. We're going to look at how ridiculous this shit is. So notice how they put anti-Trump in quotes here in the headline. Anti-Trump equals 42 in reduction. We're being told it's a 42-year-old suspect, resident of Doral, Florida. Doral, Florida sums to 61 in gematria. This gunfight occurred about an hour and a half after the calendar turned to May 18th. And 5 plus 18 plus 20 plus 18 equals 61, just like the reduction gematria of Doral, Florida. And it's funny that Donald has a golf course in Doral because Doral equals 50, just like Donald, right? Trump's birthday, 6/14. If you measure from his birth date to the date of this shooting at his golf resort, it's a span of 11 months and 5 days. Using the standard alphabetical order, Doral, Florida equals 115. And that's not all. If you measure from the date that Trump took office on January 20th of 2017, measuring to the date of the shooting, it's exactly 69 weeks and 0 days. And in English Sumerian, Doral, Florida equals 690, just like the duration since Donald Trump took office. What a joke of a news story. Doral, Florida in Jewish gematria, 325. That's a number of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry in the alphabetic order, 325. And this has something to do with the number 33. 11 plus 11 plus 11, 325. Trump National Doral Golf Club, just for the record, equals 113. In the standard reduction method, this is our favorite mainstream number of deception. All these words summing to 113. And of course, it happened in Miami-Dade County. 13 equals 99, just like Miami equals 99 in English Extended. And of course, this happened at 1:30 in the morning because, you know, there's not enough clues that this is bullshit to begin with. Also, some interesting gematria in the headline. All right, truth seekers, I'm going to cut this this live stream short. I got to get back to work today. It's Friday. I'm supposed to be working. I'll look at this shooting in Texas, Bartley. I'll do a decode on that later if I can dig that up. It turns out that's for real. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep seeking and speaking that truth. See ya.